let's start with the FA Cup draw for starters. What are your thoughts on the draw for the second round?
I mean, first of all, it was just good to be in the draw. That's the most important thing. And then I think the next most important thing for us was that we got home draw. Obviously, it was quite a trek up to South Shields. We've had a busy week with Fleetwood away, Barnsley away, and then South Shields away. So it was really, really good to see our name come out first. And then, okay, we play a lower league team, but again, you never underestimate those. We saw what they did to Cheltenham, and there's always a few surprises, Chippenham beating Lincoln, so it's always a game. They're always banana skins, but the most important thing for us was that we're home in front of our fans, and that's great.
And it's back to the league this weekend, but also back to the new lawn. I mean, Portsmouth home 3 weeks ago must seem like a long time ago.
Yeah, it feels like way too long ago since we were at home, so we know we've been on the road a little bit, and it's nice to get back and have a 4 weeks training and then prepare for a home game.
Yeah, what is it that changes in a week where you've got a home game compared to when you've had a run of away games? Is it just that you can train more because you haven't got the travelling to worry about? Yeah,
definitely, especially on the Friday. I think we can do a little bit more than maybe we would if we'd got a long journey on the Friday. So I think prep is always a little bit easier when you're at home. You get a little bit more time on the grass, which is great. And hopefully that follows to having plenty of energy in the game, so there's no excuses if we don't.
And Wycombe, I mean, they're not in great form at the moment. How do you assess them for starters?
I think that they're a team that know what they're about. I think they've had a clear identity for a long while, and they've been really, really good at doing it. They've had promotions and probably worked on a modest budget compared to the rest of the league, yet had a lot of success doing what they do. So really, really well organised team. I think they're physically strong, direct, they counter-attack well, and they really test you because they play with a good intensity. So yeah, they're probably not in the form that they want, but I still think they're very clear with the things that they want to do, and I'm sure that they're working hard to get back on track.
And how much of that identity comes from Gareth Ainsworth being, well, I think, one of the longest serving managers now in the Football League?
Yeah, I think that's huge. I mean, we all want time to be able to implement the things that we want to do, and football isn't often a game that gives you too much time. So the fact that Gareth's had it and what he's managed to achieve at Wycombe is remarkable. So it's clearly a testament to the work that he does. And certainly, even when they go through bad periods, probably they haven't had the results that they want. But I think because they've got Gareth, they've got that stability, they've got that identity, they've always got a reference point to fall back on, so they know where they've got to be to get back on track. So I'm very aware of that they're probably very stable behind the scenes, and that's a lot of what Gareth's been doing there.
And I guess you'd expect him to be demanding a reaction from his players after going out of the FA Cup last week at home to Warsaw. Yeah,
it seems like every game that we play at the moment, we play a team that's just lost, and we always say, I'm sure that they're going to have a reaction. So seems like every week the team that we're about to play has not had a great result, and that they want a reaction. So we're certainly getting used to coping with teams trying to have a reaction when they play against us. And you know, we need a bit of our own as well. We need to step up our intensity in the way that we want to play, and demand a bit more from each other, and hopefully that starts at the weekend.
And what can you take from last week against South Shields? Because obviously the result was they withstood a lot of pressure as well. What else can you sort of build into this weekend from that?
I think we showed good resilience. We knew that game would be tough, regardless of what league they're in. The whole nature and the story behind the FA Cup, and the fact that we were away first game, I think they put us on TV because they thought that there's a possibility of an upset there, and I thought we rode that well. We were brilliant in the first half, completely dominant. Of course, South Shields with nothing to lose come out, and then we had to show a lot of resilience mentally in our defending, and to come away with a clean sheet was key. So certainly we'll take that with us.
How's Bailey Cargill's ankle after he soldiered on through those 90 minutes?
Not great. He's been off it so far this week, and then he'll come in tomorrow, report in, and Friday, and we'll have to see how he is, but he's 50-50 at the moment with Bailey.
And how important is he? Because obviously, at the moment, with no Jordan Moore-Taylor, Bailey's kind of the experienced one at the back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know Dokes has been long term, although he's making progress now, and maybe 3 or 4 weeks away from being in and around it, which is great. Jordan Moore-Taylor's roughly the same, so we know that early December we're going to have a lot more options, certainly at the back. Bailey's key. He's been key since he's come back. We certainly missed him when he was out. Since he's come back, we've definitely looked at more stable with the defensive unit. But at the same time, I thought Ollie Casey did brilliant at the weekend. He came back in and really showed some qualities. Don Bernard has good experience there, and he's showing a lot of good characteristics that we want. So we still have some quality back there, but they haven't played together a lot. So that's obviously a slight concern. But at the same time, they're training well, and if Bailey's not there, then it's for somebody else to step up, and that's what the squad's for.
You didn't risk Ben Stevenson up at South Shields. How's he progressing?
Very similar to Bailey. I think it's going to be touch and go. We'll find out a little bit more. Trained today, but we need to see the reaction on the training, and he'll train again on Friday, and we'll see. But it will be perhaps be in the squad, but whether or not he's ready to start, I think he's again 50-50.
And everyone else you've been picking from of late, okay?
Yeah, thankfully, yeah. We can't afford too many more. The list is getting longer. We spoke about it the other day, and there's a lot of players that are on their way back. Even Mike Stevens, is making progress, and we start to get a kind of end date in mind, and we're knowing that the squad's going to get stronger through December. I'm grateful for only 2 league games this month, if I'm totally honest. And then I think that the competition and the fitness of the players is going to return in December for a really important month.
And how valuable then is anything that you can pick up now while you're kind of putting sticking plasters on your squad?
Yeah, I don't know if we're maybe not doing everybody justice when we say that, because some of the players that have come in have done so well, especially lads like Christian Marquez, Ollie Casey, Harvey Bonker. Young lads have really stepped in and delivered for us. So that's all part of their development and their own football development. So, but it is important that we can, over the next couple of games, we get out what we need from them. And then as the squad gets stronger and we go into a busy period over Christmas again, we've got a full bill of health.